Greystone was a town built on silence. Not peace, silence. The kind of silence that settles after screams have long since been buried. No birds sang near the old church of Centenary, and the children were warned never to wander too close to the Ebo forest, especially not at dusk. But in the same town lived Emily Danjuma, a woman as unshakable as granite and as tired as the moon. Her husband David had been taken by the forest on his way home, his car found upside down, with scratch marks on the inside, like something had clawed from within. Emily was left alone with two children, debts and rumors. Rumors that said David had offended something old. Emily ignored them. She buried her grief beneath sweat and work. For years, she scrubbed floors at Mama Gloria's dinner, until one day, while cleaning behind the kitchen stove, she found something. A door. Small iron, hidden beneath soot and age. She pried it open. Below was a stairway, and at the end of that stairway, an old fire pit with black ash, still warm, carved above it. Only the devoted may feed the fire and be fed in return. That night, Emily had a dream. A voice whispered, "Make the sacrifice." She awoke with blood on her hands. A rat lay near her bed, gutted, its organs missing. She told herself it was a dream, but things began to change. Emily took over the dinner after Mama Gloria's sudden death. Her food became magical. People said her okra soup cured fever. Her yam porridge gave barren women children. Her name became a chant. Emmy's heart was reborn, warm and glowing. But every meal she cooked, she lit the fire from that hidden pit. And one time she did, the voice returned begging, laughing, screaming. She began to see shadows in the mirror that weren't her own. Sometimes her children would catch her murmuring over raw meat in a language none could identify. Nathan, her teenage son, grew afraid. He noticed things, burnt feathers in her room, animal bones in the drain, her apron always stained with something that never quite washed off. Then the missing persons began. First, a petty thief who insulted Emily. Then a drunkard who mocked her cooking. Then a neighbor's child who disappeared after playing behind the restaurant. Each time, Emily would cry, genuinely, and each time the fire burned stronger, her business boomed. Emily wasn't just feeding the fire for fortune. She had made a mistake. The ash spirits beneath her restaurant weren't just lost souls. They were hungry children, victims of colonial priests who had burned them alive during a missionary purge, believing they were cursed twins and bushborns. Their pain soaked the soil, their hunger twisted time, and Emily had become their new priestess. But not by choice. They began to appear in mirrors, in spoons, in pots, small figures with blackened faces, mouths wide and screaming, eyes hollow. They cried when the fire burned low. More, more, or we take what you love. She tried to stop. She closed the restaurant for 1 week. Her daughter Joy disappeared from her room. Her school uniforms was found folded neatly at the edge of the Ebo forest. Emily returned to the fire. One rainy night, a strange woman arrived at Emily's doorstep. Her name was Madame Aduni, a priestess from the forgotten Irumole shrine in Ekiti. "You fed the wrong mouth," she said. "That fire was meant to stay buried. Those aren't spirits. They are the remnant, ashes of broken souls, cursed to hunger forever." Aduni handed Emily a black gourd and whispered, "You must seal the fire before it asks for you." Emily hesitated. But that night, she creeps down to the pit, poured the god's content into the flame, and for the first time in years, the fire hissed out. She collapsed, weeping. In her dreams, the children screamed, "We gave you everything. You broke the pact." She awoke to find her hands blistered, her mouth full of ash. The restaurant remained closed. Emily fell ill. Nathan tried to care for her, but strange things happened again. Windows shattered. Food rotted. Instantly, the doors opened by themselves. One night, Nathan found a message written across the dinner hall wall in a burnt handprint. "If mother won't feed us, we will feed ourselves." That night, the town's power went out. The sky turned blood red. The next morning, Emily's heart was burning. People gathered, but no one dared enter. Some swore they had children laughing inside. Others said they saw Emily dancing in the fire, carrying her daughter in one arm and feeding pieces of herself to the flames. When the fire finally died, there was no trace of her, no bones, no soot, just a warm stove and a fresh pot of steaming egusi soup on the counter. A note was left beside it. "The fire takes what it is owed. It was only trying to survive, Emily." The land was bought by a politician who turned it into a modern eatery years later. But customers often complain of hearing children giggling in the kitchen. Sometimes the pots stir on their own, and if you go there at night, some swear you can still see Emily standing by the hearth, her apron blood-stained, whispering to the fire, "Eat, my children, eat while it's warm." The moral from the story is survival can demand more than strength sometimes. It asks for blood. And when desperation fades darkness, even a good woman's heart can become a heart for terror. Do not let desperation control you. Be strong and you will win. Please subscribe to this channel, stay tuned, and you will be blessed, enlightened from this channel. Thank you.